One of the newest health trends for pro athletes is blood flow restriction training, or BFR. This technique is also being used for more than just that. It's for physical therapy and healing as well. So here to break it all down, former NFL player Jimmie Jones and physical therapist Justin Geisler. Good morning to you both. Thank you for coming in. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so first of all, real quick before we get into the demonstration, tell us what this actually is. Now, we know the name, but what is it?
So blood flow restriction, to make it simple, is a way to simulate lifting a heavy weight, but all you have to use is a very light weight. There's a tourniquet on the upper thigh or the upper arm, and it's going to mimic that same environment that happens when you lift a heavy load.
Okay.
But you only have to lift a very light load, and it still makes for a very intense workout.
Okay, and Jimmy, you're familiar with this?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk and demonstrate at the same time. All right, so you go ahead, and Justin, you go ahead and hook Jimmy up. Jimmy, why did you decide to, how long have you been doing this?
A couple of years.
A couple of years. Why did you decide to get involved in it?
Well, at the time, I had weakness in the legs, and I was sitting around. This was pre-COVID.
Right.
And so I had a reason to sit on the couch, and atrophy was happening in my legs.
Right.
So I wouldn't, in football, I never did really like lifting heavy weights and everything else. So when
That's different, because you understand football, you're supposed to throw up all this heavy stuff. Yeah.
But when I met Justin at VSI, he
introduced you to it,
to this. Okay. And this is something which I really enjoy.
Right. Okay. And it actually works for you.
Oh.
Okay.
I can see the tone in the legs and everything else, and it's building muscle.
All right. So Justin, what did you do here? I see you got two things on here. So explain what you just did while we were talking.
So I placed the cuff on his upper thigh. I plugged it in. It's going to inflate to a customized pressure, and that's very important. This is a customized pressure to Jimmy. And I put the ankle cuff weight on him. Okay. And this is an exercise for his quad, so he's going to work out. Okay.
So what happened? So you have in your hand, what do you have in your hand? That's putting the pressure in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And so I'm going to unplug it.
Okay.
This cuff stays pumped up, and then he does his workout.
Okay. Basically, I do a workout.
So you do a full workout like this.
Right.
All right.
Like this.
And you can do it for legs, arms, or is it just legs or just arms, or what is it?
Arms and legs is typically what's being used for.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay. What is it about this? I know you're not doing with the weights, with the heavy weights. I know that you like it because it's not the heavy weights, and it works for you.
Right.
How did they come up with this, or how did this come to be, where they figured out, okay, you don't necessarily need the weights?
Yes. Well, blood flow restriction has been being used for a long time, but what's new about it is we're seeing it now in rehab. Okay. And this has changed the game in rehab, because we're seeing individuals after a surgery or after an injury, they may have lifting restrictions after that surgery, or after an injury, you don't want to lift heavy. Right. But we know lifting heavy is the best way to maintain strength and maintain your muscle mass. Right. So this allows us to abide by those lifting restrictions to keep individuals stronger during the rehab process.
Right. Okay. And this is work. And you said this is work for you. So you're doing legs. Is it a long process? Like, do you have to do 40, 20, 10 every day or twice a day? How does that work for you?
I do it. I'm in a routine of twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay.
And it only involves about 20 minutes.
Right. Okay.
And basically, I got involved in it when Justin told me about Alex Smith, a former quarterback.
Right, for Washington.
The quarterback. He was involved with using it. And so I said if it was good enough for him to get him back on the field, I might as well try it.
Okay. All right. So you think you'd play a little bit longer if they had this back when you were playing for Washington?
With the salary, I think I can play one play.
You said you got one play right now, right? I think we all do one play. Tell us about the benefits of this. You talked about people who are going through trying to rehabilitate themselves after either surgery or, but current athletes, we talked about Alex Smith, who is no longer playing, but he did it while he was playing and trying to recover. So there's all kind of benefits to this. Is there anybody that can do it, or are there any restrictions at all? Because it doesn't seem like it would hurt to keep doing this exercise.
Unless you go to high.
Unless you go to high?
Right. There's medium, low, medium, and high.
Okay. And
high I advise people stay away
from high. Okay, all right. Because it's heavier when you put more pressure in it? Is that the deal?
It's tighter.
Tighter. Okay. All right. Okay.
So ultimately, great question. As of right now, we're seeing this used in a wide variety of individuals. I mean, in fact, I read a couple of papers last night. This is being done on patients with heart failure. Oh, wow. Congestive heart failure. There's papers where they've done in the ICU. In clinic, I'm wide variety, anywhere from teens up into 70s, 80s years old. But ultimately, to be safe, I do recommend consulting with a healthcare provider or an individual that is just knowledgeable about blood flow restriction training.
Gotcha.
Because the pressure and the exercise selection needs to be customized.
Right.
The dosage is key.
Okay.
The dosage is key.
You always need to consult with a physician.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Philly.
Oh, okay. Who you got?
NFC.
Okay. NFC. Okay. Who you got?
I'm going Philly.
Okay. Both going Philly. All right. Holly, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time this morning. I appreciate you. They're going Philly. Holly, over to you.